production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
A chance to receive a fresh, smooth cut is coming to Tanner Hall, and it's for a good cause. We will tell you how you can get it coming up.
Plus, the city of Macomb has a new system in place to help residents with some water issues. How the city plans to help coming up.
And we're starting to see the first flowers of spring. But is our weather headed back to cold temperatures? Our Storm Team 3 weather forecast coming up.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
But first, we have election 2018 coverage. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4.
The race for the Illinois House of Representatives will be a 2016 rematch between Democrat John Curtis and Republican Noreen Hammond. Incumbent Noreen Hammond won her party's nomination with 54% of the vote. Hammond was first appointed to the chamber in 2010. Joshua Griffith received 46% of the vote. She now fights for the seat against Curtis. Curtis ran unopposed in the Democratic primary election. He's an educator at Western Illinois University.
Nick Pettigrew has won the Republican nomination for McDonough County Sheriff. So far, no Democrats have entered the race. Challenger Justin Lundgren received 26% of the vote, and Brian Baca took 10%. Sheriff
Rick Van Brooker will be retiring at the end of the year, leaving the top spot open. Pettigrew says he's worked a long time to achieve this position.
I'm honored to represent the citizens of McDonough County. WIU, I started off just like you, coming here to Western and, immersing myself in the university, figuring out what I want to do with my life. And here I am, a Western graduate, going to take over the sheriff's office, here in McDonough County, and I couldn't be more excited.
Pettigrew also said he aims to bring the sheriff's department and the community closer together. He and his wife are graduates of Western Illinois University.
Water leaks in homes are common and could happen around this time of the year, and the city of Macomb plans to help affected residents with their water bills. In a 6-to-1 vote, City Council approved capping water bills at 10 times the average monthly bill of the homeowner. This new policy will allow property owners to get the leaks fixed within 2 weeks or get more time to repair from the city. Leaks not fixed in that time period will pay the full bill. Residents can contact the city for more assistance. This will go into effect May 1st.
A 16-year-old student is still in critical condition after being shot by another student on Tuesday morning. Jalen Wiley was one of 2 students shot in a hallway at Great Hills High School in Maryland. According to St. Mary County Sheriff's Office, the other victim, a 14-year-old male, was discharged yesterday. A donation page has been set up to help pay for Wiley's hospital bills.
And involving the Maryland shooting, the National March for Our Lives will take place this Saturday. Residents are invited to meet downtown at the courthouse at 9 a.m. to march around the square. This march is to protest the lack of gun control legislation and promote school safety.
And in other efforts to prevent gun violence, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School is requiring students to carry see-through backpacks. Stoneman Douglas is the location of the Florida school shooting that occurred in February that left 17 people dead. Many students have taken to social media to express their objections. Some students have tweeted that clear backpacks will not help prevent gun violence, while some have said the backpacks will make the school look like a prison. In an interview with the New York Times, the superintendent of the school, Robert Runcie, says all students and staff will be required to wear IDs at all times, and the district is considering placing metal detectors at all school entrances.
There's an opportunity coming up in April to receive free STI testing. WIU's View Health Center is providing STI screenings to the first 120 students to register. Students can sign up on WIU's website and click on View Patient Portal. Pre-registration will be available at 11 a.m. on March 27th and 28th in the Union Concourse. Walk-ins for HIV testing will also be available in the Capitol Room during this time. Well, Western's entertainment organization BCA will be sponsoring a hilarious and magical event hosted by comedian and magician Chipper Lowell. The show is called Where Comedy and Magic Collide. The Chipper Lowell experience will begin at 7:30 p.m. next Wednesday at the University Union Grand Ballroom. Tickets are $15 for the public, $10 for senior citizens, and WIU student employees and children are free. To purchase tickets, visit BCA's website.
Well, Beyond Beautiful Conference is approaching with open registration. All guest speakers will present information about improving the image of women in the WIU community. Brunch and prizes will be provided for all guests, in attendance. The conference is from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, April 7th in the Wesley United Methodist Church.
Unity at WIU and the University Union Board are teaming up for an annual drag queen show. The OMG Professional Drag Show will be held on Friday, April 20th in the University Union Heritage Room. This event will feature professional performers from across the region. The show starts at 7 p.m. and doors will open at 6:45 that night. Admission is free and open to the public, though the drag show hosts encourage those attending to bring money to tip the performers.
Glam Modeling Organization presents Elements of Emotion. Tickets for this fashion show will be available from all Glam members in the University Union beginning tomorrow. Early bird tickets are $3 and tickets at the door are $5. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, March 31st in the Grand Ballroom. Early attendance for this event is recommended.
The WIU Vocal Jazz Ensemble will be performing at the Macomb Country Club. The performance will take place this Saturday evening from 6 to 8. Live music will start at 6 and then a special performance will begin at 7. A New Orleans themed dinner and drink menu will be available. Admission is $10 to the public and free to the country club's members.
This weekend has an annual event coming back to WIU. The event is called Practice-a-thon, and it is a fundraiser to fund the music programs for the Macomb School District. On Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., there will be a number of musician practices in Brown Hall and the Kofac Recital Hall. The goal this year is $5,000, and last year they raised over $2,000. The money will benefit students from kindergarten through 6th grade. You can send any questions you have to wiumtna@gmail.com.
WIU's Center for International Studies and Peace Corps program hosts Cultural Caf Rwanda. Students will get a taste of authentic Rwandan food and drinks during this caf. Guests can attend this free event on Tuesday, March 27th in the University Union Heritage Room at 12:30 p.m. A Peace Corps volunteer will return to Western to speak about Rwanda.
Well, the Federal Trade Commission is responding to recent email scams. People have been getting official-looking emails about their Western Union settlements. These emails have been asking for information about Western Union transactions, names, and addresses. The FTC stresses that you do not respond to these emails. You cannot apply for a refund through email to receive a refund. You should follow the steps on the FTC's website.
WIU's Counseling Center will be holding interviews to fill their director position in April. Candidates for the position include Amy Buick and Christy Keith. Buick has been the clinical supervisor at Western since last year, but has worked as a counselor for the center since 1994. Taking a break in 2002 to work as the administrator for WIU's Drugs and Resource Center, and returning back to the Counseling Center in 2007. She has been with the center ever since.
As for Keith, she has been an assistant professor in the university's Community Mental Health Center since 2014. She received her master's degree from the University of Indianapolis. And Buick's interview will be held April 17th and Keith's will be April 19th.
A fundraiser is underway to start a project dedicated to the University Union's 50th anniversary. The Alumni Plaza project will build a brick patio placed outside of the north entry of the Union. The bricks being used for the project are being sold to those looking to leave a legacy at WIU. They will be engraved with a message that the buyer chooses to leave. These messages may include support for their favorite sports team, honoring a campus organization, or just showing their leatherneck pride. Bricks are available in 2 different sizes and can be purchased by visiting wiu.edu/alumni plaza.
Tanner Hall is sponsoring their annual St. Baldrick's event for childhood cancer. Participants can shave their heads, volunteer their time at the event, or donate to the fundraiser. Last year, Tanner Hall's fundraiser made more than $11,000 to help childhood cancer.
The event is already halfway to their goal of $12,000 with over $6,000 raised so far. To donate, you can call 888-889-2253 or go to the link seen on your screen.
Coming up on News 3 Live at 4, how can making a change in your diet give you a longer and healthier life?
Find out right after the break.
Live at 4 continues.
Well, there are officially 50 days until graduation, and the University Union Bookstore is the only store that provides officially licensed WIU graduation regalia. Caps, gowns, and tassels have been available in the bookstore since yesterday and will remain for sale through May 2nd. They cost $30 plus tax for undergraduate students. Go to the bookstore's website for more information.
Skin cancer is the most common type of cancer in the United States. New recommendations are being based on 21 studies that focus on preventing skin cancer. New federal guidelines recommend doctors start offering skin cancer prevention to children as young as 6 months old. This recommendation updates previous guidelines from 2012 that suggested skin cancer prevention and education began at age 10. Doctors are now encouraged to suggest babies start using sunscreen and wear protective clothing when going outdoors. The task force says children and teens exposed to the sun's harmful UV rays are at greater risk for developing skin cancer as adults. The guidelines are especially critical for people under the age of 24 who have fair skin, freckles, and a family history of skin cancer.
Anyone who may be averse to aging, listen up. A new study is suggesting people don't need a fountain of youth, just a small change in diet. Reed Binion has details in today's Health Minute.
The secret to a longer life could be found in your diet. Research published in the journal Cell Metabolism indicates that a reduced calorie diet can slow the metabolic process that leads to aging and protect against age-related diseases. After a series of pilot programs, researchers at 3 universities ran randomized controlled trials, the first such test of calorie reduction in human beings. Participants were divided into groups to compare methods. One group tested a diet-only calorie reduction, another tested exercise-only, and the last group tested half diet, half exercise. Participants in the diet-only group lost an average of 20 pounds in the first year and maintained that weight loss in the second. Researchers used the amount of weight loss to estimate the total reduction in calories and say the participants achieved a 15% calorie restriction. One scientist cautions the study only shows a correlation between caloric intake and longevity. More research is required to determine exactly how calorie restriction prevents aging. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
Today we got a hint of some spring-like weather. Will it stay that way? Molly Naslund has more on that after the break.
Good afternoon and welcome back, Macomb. We're finally seeing some more of that spring-like weather coming in just a few days after the spring equinox happened. That's okay. So right now we are seeing 49 degrees for our temperatures with some cloudy skies because there is a little bit of rain in the area. However, we're not going to be seeing that until later on in the evening. Winds are out of the west-southwest at 3 miles per hour, so very gentle breeze outside. So that's helping with temperatures staying a little bit warmer rather than feeling colder like what we've been seeing during the week. Humidity is at 42% and our dew point is at 27, so no fog likely. Looking at our Midwest weather tracker right now, here are our clouds moving in from the northwest, and that's following also the rain that we're seeing over to our west outside of our area right now. Again, we're going to be seeing that a little bit later on tonight. Now, our almanac, we're getting back up to what our average temperatures are for this time of the month with 53 and 32 for our averages. Right now, our high is about 49 again. But we saw some record highs back in the early 2000s, 2002 for the record low and 2012 for that record high, so not too far behind us there. Looking at our surface map, again, here is that rain that's over our area. The reason why it's not pushing in any farther is because of this high pressure system up here. It's not letting it move into the area, which is why it's going to be taking so long for us to see it. Now, I want to take a look at the snow cover. Look at all of the snow that's around us. Here's part of the nor'easter that the east has been seeing. But right in here is where we're not seeing any of that snow, and we're going to be keeping it that way for a while. Looking at the current temperatures, again, here in Macomb, we are at 49 degrees. Keokuk, you are seeing 44, and Quincy, you are seeing 44 as well. Tonight, Macomb, we're going to be down into the lower 30s, so 34 degrees for our low. Beardstown, you'll be at 35, and Quincy, you will be at 36 tonight, or 39, excuse me. Tomorrow, we're going to get a little bit warmer again with 50 here in Macomb, 51 in Burlington, and 50 down in Quincy. Then tomorrow night, we're going to get cold, but not as cold, with 37 here in Macomb, 37 in Burlington, and 35 in Peoria. Tonight, low down to 34 with north winds out at 5 miles per hour, cloudy skies, so not horrible tonight, rain into the evening. Then tomorrow, high of 50 with showers in the PM hours, and winds are going to be stronger. And then for your 5-day forecast, there is plenty of rain going on this week, so we're going to be keeping an eye on that.
It really wasn't bad today. It looks like we have warmer weather even next week.
We do have warmer weather on the way for next week, so we're excited for that.
But we have April showers.
I can handle the rain. I mean, the warmer temperatures is the one thing that I'm looking forward to, because cold rain's not that, it's not entertaining, first of all.
No.
But, with warmer temperatures and rain, obviously, we got baseball coming up, right?
You're totally right, John. We've got America's Pastime coming up next on Live at 4, and a look at the future of Leatherneck football stars. As the WIU men's baseball team, we're at home again taking on Division II Maryville. Would the Leathernecks be able to put together 2 wins in a row? And the NFL Pro Day is coming up for Leatherneck football teams next week. See what head coach Jared Elliott has to say about his players' abilities to succeed at the next level. All that and more coming up next in sports. Welcome back to Live at 4. I'm Zach Stone. The WIU men's baseball team coming off their 3-game series against North Dakota State. And after having their first game against St. Ambrose canceled, the Leathernecks welcomed the Saints of Maryville University to the field. Deion Thompson getting loose before the game, the junior from Bloomington. He would be a key factor. But you can see right out now it's Drew Galassi at the plate for the Leathernecks. He takes a pitch over the plate and he puts it between the short and third for a nice easy single. Next up for the Leathernecks is broadcasting student Justin Fitzpatrick. He mashes one to left center into the gap and turns on the wheels, coasting around first, burning his way into second for the stand-up double. He's going to cross his arms up, looking back at his bench, and he looks down at the ground. What a nice shot. Bailey Montgomery was the deciding factor, though. Going down the third base line, he chucks through first base and goes clean into second, just like Justin. On the way back, he earned 2 RBIs as the reward. You see those players at the plate now. And he would continue to get it done. Montgomery, again, you're going to see him lay down a sweet little bunt here. Nice contact, and he just charges down the first base line. Ball's not going to get there, and he's safe at first. The Leathernecks pounding Maryville 4-3. Montgomery goes 3 for 3, gets 1 run, and puts 3 down. Moving on, the Leathernecks will play 2 more games as they move on to their next matchup this weekend. The Macomb High School boys basketball team also coming together, the boys baseball team coming off their first win of the season. They were back at home last night where they took on the Pioneers of Alleman. The Bombers would not get it done, though. Alleman putting 13 runs down the plate, and they would pound the Bombers 13-4. Softball also taking on the Pioneers. The girls would keep it a little bit closer, though. 6-2 the final score in that one. The girls would be looking for their second win in a row to start the season, but they would be unable to get it done. The Bombers giving up 2 in the first inning and then shutting the door until the 5th, where Alleman added 3 more to pull away. The girls are on the road tonight in Quincy. First pitch is set for 4:30. And the WIU football team is preparing for one of the biggest days of the year, NFL Pro Day. Head coach Jared Elliott believes his players are going to get some serious looks.
We're all excited for all of our guys, Brett Taylor's and Jalen Ackland's, Jacob Judd's, Tony Harper's, all of those guys that have worked so hard. They all deserve a chance and an opportunity, and they're going to get that on our pro day. But Jacob Judd has taken everything. He's been an absolute sponge since we've been here, and he's taken everything to heart. He's one of those guys that wants to be coached, and Coach Hal's done a great job with him on the technical side of things at the O-line position to get him ready, for this point.
With Pro Day scheduled for the 28th, we will be catching up with players who participate in workouts for NFL scouts. Then April 26th through 28th, we will wait to see if any Leathernecks get their name called on draft night. And for any of you fans who still have teams left in your NCAA March Madness bracket, you've done a whole lot better than me. For big matchups tonight in the NCAA Tournament Round of 16, the first matchup, the Ramblers of Loyola Chicago, looking to continue their Cinderella run. They take on 7-seed Nevada tonight in Atlanta. Tip-off is set for 6:07 Central Time. Moving into the second game of tonight, it's the Aggies versus the Wolverines, Texas A&M versus Michigan. The spread's only 2.5 points in favor of Michigan. Third game back in Atlanta is Kentucky and Kansas State. The spread is -5. For those of you who don't know, that means they favor Kentucky by 5 points. That game's tip is set for 8:37, but could be pushed back depending on when the Loyola-Nevada game ends. And the last game of the night, Gonzaga versus Florida State. The spread is -6 favoring Gonzaga. That's sports. Final word is next.
Well, March 22nd is now officially George's Auto Glass and Trim Day in Macomb. Mayor Inman presented the award to George's family and crew for serving Macomb for 63 years. Thank you for your years of service and dedication to the Macomb community. You know, our videographer, Emily, and our director, she went out to the shop this morning, and she said that the mother of George, who's 92 years old, she was fired last week. He let her go. He's like, look, I know you're 92 and you've been working forever, but you know, we can't afford you anymore apparently. So, hey, if you're looking for a job, we got some spaces here.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, well, Molly, we have to get out the umbrellas for a long stretch of rain coming our way.
We do, yes. I mean, it is spring, so spring showers do bring May flowers, so we're going to get some of that rain in our area, and hopefully we'll see more flowers blooming. But tomorrow we're going to have a high of 50 with some rain in the area again, but those won't be until the evening hours. Saturday, we're likely to see rain all day, so hopefully none of those baseball games get washed out this weekend. Sunday, we're going to have some partly cloudy skies, and then Monday and Tuesday, we're going to bring in thunderstorms and then rain on Tuesday.
All right, we'll be ready, and that's all for us today.
But we're online all the time.
Stay up to date with us, news3wyu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening.
From all of us at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.